one community, 3 tiers, 44 teams, and nearly 200 matches played. It's all led to this. Welcome to the playoffs, where the pretenders get eliminated, no second chances are given, and only the strong will survive. We'll see dominant performances, we'll see rivals clash, and we'll see shocking upsets. Players and teams of all skill levels have practiced for months to get here, giving it everything they have, but at the end of the day, only one will achieve: tranquility.
Good evening, Tranquility community. Welcome to the Iris Podcast. I am S4E8. Joining me tonight, we have NPC and Thuggington. Specs, unfortunately, he's dead.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Got
Rest
him.
in peace.
No, he unfortunately is sick, so he cannot join us tonight. But we will be soldiering on without him. We do have a bit of a shorter cast tonight, but we are going to hop right in with our usual segment here, or we're 1 week into the playoffs. But that means we got to go ahead and amp it up right now. Just a shortened version of amp it up as well. We'll start off NBC. What did you notice this week in the play-in matches in the playoffs?
I feel like the play-in matches, I think they all went kind of the way we expected them to go. I really feel like most of them were pretty predictable. The big upset for me was the potatoes, but it was a really good game to watch. It was a really good game to watch.
What about you, Thud?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
What's the first question I always ask on the Iris Podcast? I think the fans know by now.
I know. It's what's blah 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 blah. Notice this week is it was a lot of close matches. A lot closer than I really anticipated. I figured it would be a lot more swinging blowouts, but it was fun. It was good to have playoff tranquility once again. That's what I noticed. Everyone's amped up for it. We're amped.
Yeah, it was a really good week of matches. You know, I know NPC, you kind of said, yeah, it's kind of what we expected. But if you look at across the rosters, across the matches that took place, there were 6 matches. 5 of the 6 were won by the lower seed. Thought that was kind of interesting. So a lot of the upsets were maybe a little bit more predictable. You know, Paradise over Get Off My Land.
Yeah, because the seeding was weird going into stage 2, because a lot of the top teams were like seed 5 somehow, and so you can't really go on that. It's technically an upset, but
by seeding they were upsets, definitely. You know, I think the one for me was probably, I would say, Southlaws over Illusion. I didn't expect Illusion to kind of drop a dookie on that match, but they kind of did. It was kind of unfortunate watching that match back. It was, I don't know, just was not a pretty sight. It was not Illusion's best match. They picked a bad day to not show up, and that's kind of what that seemed to be like there. So
I feel like a lot of teams. Something I told Boop to do is double scrim every day, schedule 2 back to back, because
every day, forever.
Well, whenever they do scrim, schedule 2, because you need that endurance. Teams are running out of endurance. They're playing 3 maps. They're going the distance, and they're like, and then they get reverse swept because they don't have the consistency to hold up over the full 7 map set.
No, that's a good point. It's a good point.
I mean, I feel like that's what happened to Illusion right there. That they did fairly well the first 3 or 4 maps, first 3 maps, and then it just kind of started, losing it.
Yeah.
Well, you take a regular tranquility match, and it's an hour, 15, hour and a half, depending on how close it goes. You tack on 3 more onto that, you're looking at 2 1/4. I mean, those are long sessions of really intense gameplay with no queue times.
Absolutely, yeah. No, there's no
Right.
and there's no breaks. I mean, there's the one halftime break, but there's really no break. If you're running a roster of
Right.
6, it is a bit of an endurance check. So,
Yeah.
for teams that prepped for that potential, kudos to them, and obviously congratulations to all the winners. You guys, there's no undeserving winner in the bunch there for sure. Like every single one. I know we just ripped on Illusion for crapping the bed, but at the same time, it takes a team to come in and beat them too. So congrats to Southlaws.
Absolutely.
Pretty much everybody picked against you. I don't think a single prediction went for you, and here we are. So, So, anyways, let's go ahead then to our second question of Amp It Up, which is, what are you most looking forward to this week in the playoffs?
I'm looking forward to more upsets. I like the underdog story. I want to see teams that we weren't betting for, teams that weren't even on the bracket right now, going forward and getting a big win. That's always really good to see. I know it's painful for the favorites team to be like, how did we lose to these underdogs, this ragtag group of bad news bears? But I mean, I love seeing it. It's good drama and it's good tournament bracket.
Absolutely. Thug, go ahead.
Honestly, actually, the exact opposite. I want to see who these dominant teams are. These teams we've been saying are far and away favorites. They've kind of ran through stage 1, stage 2, early predictors. See how strong they actually are, and if that dominance continues, or are these lower seeded teams going to step up to the challenge, or are these dominant teams really going to show up, or are they going to vitamin C the thing and just throw? So we'll see. The going gets tough here.
Why you got to do that to vitamin C like that?
I mean, because they threw. They were the biggest disappointment of season 3.
It was. No, absolutely. For those who are new, Vitamin C is a team. They went 14-1 in our old schedule, which was a 15-week schedule. So won the first 14 matches, lost week 15 to Illusion, who was a Harmony tier team at that point, and then week 1 of their playoff run, they played Jetpack Cats and didn't just lose. They got 4-0'd. They got kind of smoked. So unlucky on that one for them. But yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down. That's the thing I'm kind of looking forward to as well. Is which of these titans will fall first? If I look around, we look at the Harmony tier, we look at teams. Obviously the Holy Jalapenos, the number 1 seed. They have Paradise, which is by no means a guaranteed win for them. Paradise have been playing really, really good Overwatch lately. Modify is up against Karma. Karma is a great looking team right now. There is no team who has improved more than Karma, I think, so far this season. And that's across any tier, without question, in my opinion. Same with Beer Pressure. Beer Pressure coming up now, taking on Heckin' Habaneros, who had a really rough stage 2. Beer Pressure now coming in. Obviously hero pools are going to make that interesting with Reinhardt out of the equation. Teractin's kind of a specialist on Reinhardt. That does bring that team, does raise some questions about what that team's going to be able to do. There's so many factors that are at play in these playoff matches, and obviously Brig being out of the equation too for Habaneros. They play a lot of Brig, so I mean, there's just so many factors at play right now. I'm really curious to see what those big upsets are going to be this week. And I'm excited because we have 4 feature matches this week to show these to you. So we have 4 features this week. So it's going to be
big.
A blast of a week here, guys. Let's move in now. We're going to go ahead and skip bold predictions because it's playoff time. It can't get, how bold can we get, honestly? Really? We're going to jump right into, actually, before we do we'll get to the award nominees momentarily. 2 things. First and foremost, I know a lot of you are asking, we got 2 giveaways tonight, right? Yeah, 2 giveaways. We got
double giveaways.
We got the shirt, and then we have the 400 owl tokens. That will be, okay, so drawings for that will end after we do the Harmony tier end of season award nominees. After all of those have been announced, that is, and after we're done pulling, or after we're done doing some quick analysis on that, I will say last call, and then we'll pull the names.
Okay.
So then we'll do Discord tier, Transcendence. We'll talk a little bit more about stuff, some other things coming along the lines. We'll do the drawing at the end like we normally do. So just so you're aware, if you have giveaway tokens, get those in as soon as you can now, just to make sure you don't miss out. The next thing is, well, obviously, with it being playoffs, unfortunately, we do have to bid adieu to several of our players in this community and several teams who unfortunately fell short. So with that, we dedicate this in their memory. We will sincerely miss you. Thank you for joining us for season 4. Hate to see
Yeah,
it.
you said my jokes were good, by the way.
I did. They were the highlight of your matches because there was nothing else exciting to watch.
That's true, but I mean, at least we had that. So,
Yo, chat, can we get some claps for Mr. Ski? He does those every playoff season, and for me, I look forward to them because Yeti just gets to channel his dad and just like hit him. And for those Zoomers at home, the glue thing with the one tricks is because they make like send horses to the glue factory. They make glue out of the hooves and stuff like that to get it. Read a book, kid.
Yeah,
read a book.
Yeah, we know
go back to school.
We know you can't go to school right now, but maybe just watch a YouTube video or something.
Yeah, go watch, like, just Google. I guarantee, like, horses and glue. What? It's okay.
It's nothing you can learn playing Wind Waker. Okay, like whatever. Anyways, moving on.
Wind Waker.
I said the wrong Zelda game. Fuck.
Is that something? Is that something that Zoomers play?
Just move on.
Okay. Okay, we're moving.
We're moving on now. All right, we're going to start off breaking down the Harmony Tier End of Season Award nominees. Now, these are just the nominees. Basically, the way these were determined is we had all the captains or all the GMs. They brought forward their list of nominees. They picked one player on their team for each of these categories. We had a panel then of multiple different members of the Tranquility community, most of which have been around for quite a long time, basically selecting the top group of people who will be up for nomination for each award. So these awards will then be voted on by the public, by the community. They will be for active players and active coaches only. Yes, that means if you left your team at the end of the season and went to free agency because your team didn't make the playoffs, PDK Kid, Vixel, that means you can't vote, PDK Kid and Vixel. You will not be able to vote in this, PDK Kid and Vixel. All right.
Okay, nice. Good call out
yes,
there.
Good one.
I don't know who he was talking about, but
I don't know either.
Very broad.
I left it wide open, honestly. So, yeah, we know you played for all 3 tiers.
We saw that last match.
We saw that. How'd that work out for you again? Just want to just remind me.
We lost in all 3 tiers.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, you've been eliminated in all 3 tiers. All right. No, he wasn't. Capital, do you want to start something with me? I make the rules here.
Ski.
I will
Chill, bro.
I don't have a can to crush.
Drink your alcohol.
I don't have a can to crush. Anyways, let's get into these awards, guys. Starting the
All
harmonies
right.
here. All right, and we're gonna start off with the top main tank and here are your nominees. Starting off from the Holy Jalapenos, we have Vet. From Modify, you got Instante. Flashbacks, you have Beastman. Jetpack Cats, Michelin Man. From the Fighting Potatoes, you have Euphoria. And last but not least, from Karma, you have Takenom. NPC, thoughts on those? Who stands out?
Honestly, Takenom. I mean, Karma has improved drastically this season, and Takenom was kind of a sleeper. I mean, Kuchikopi was a tank for Undead Battery. I was very familiar with his work, but Takenom stand out there. I mean, Michelin Man's a good tank. These are all good tanks, but he improved quite a bit.
I'd have any of these 6 in my team for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, off tanks. Go to, again, the Holy Jalapenos, Bethcon 2. From Modify, Sorked or Stan Bumper. From Flashbacks, it's Danae.
Does Thug not get to pick a main tank? Or
No, we're just doing... From Jetpack Cats, you have Vila. From Comets, you have Sipsty. And last but not least, from Karma is Kuchikopi. Thug.
Oh, hey,
what
what's
about
up?
off tank?
This is a tough one for me because, as you guys said, they're all top off tanks for a reason. I'm going with Vila on this one. I originally had Bethcon as kind of my front runner, but Vila brings a lot more to the team beyond just mechanical gameplay. A lot of leadership, a lot of level-headedness. Yeah, that's I say Vila. Beth as a close second, mainly because if I'm ever in a position where I'm in the ER or needing surgery or something like that, and she's my doctor, then I don't want to be killed with bleach.
She's like internal medicine or something. You're probably not going to run into that situation.
Oh, I bet you Trump wants to get all over that, all the internal medicine that people are injecting into their bodies. Like bleach. Like Beth suggested.
And moving on now to best projectile DPS from the Holy Jalapenos, you got Abe. From Flashbacks, you have Kanates. From Boop, you have Waffle Man. From Waffle Man, you have Boop. From Comets is Alex. From the Fighting Potatoes is Death Knot. And last but not least is Gizmo Charman from Paradise. Obviously, I admittedly am biased when I say Death Knot here, but at the same time, it's hard to pick against him. I think the other pick in this one for me is probably going to be, I would say, Kanates. He's been playing really well lately. But I think Death Knot is the clear favorite here. But we'll see how the voting goes. There's obviously we still got to vote for everyone, so we'll see how that one pans out. Let's go to hit scans next. Hit scans in this tier from the Holy Jalapenos is Sir Blake. From Modify is Apex. From Jetpack Cats is Upsetting. From Boop is Mr. Trippy Cow. From Comets is Rose. And last but not least, from Get Off My Land is X Rush. What do you think, NPC? Who stands out on this one?
Well, as biased as I want to be for Rush, I'm gonna be unbiased, and I'm gonna pick somebody else. And my first instinct is to pick Upsetting. Upsetting is a fantastic Widowmaker and hitscan player. I feel like Upsetting is my choice. Now, to be fair, I happen to know that Trippy Cow has been challenging Upsetting to a Widow 1v1 for a long, long time. And every time he's like, hey, let's Widow 1v1, Upsetting's like, oh, yeah, anytime you want. And then like he'll go offline. So a little chicken there, I think. So I want to see that duel happen. I want to see it happen.
I want to see it happen.
You got to broadcast it. Yeah,
I would love to see
Upsetting has been dodging that bullet. Pun intended.
All right, let's go now to the oft forgotten and Thug's favorite, the support line. We'll start with your main supports. Again, from the Holy
Yay.
Jalapenos is Malalia. Then from Modify is Lika. Or Leka, I might be getting that wrong. Jetpack Cats is Cinnamon. From Boop is Chicane. From the Comets, you have Red Mudkip. And last but not least is Sneaky Kittens from the Fighting Potatoes. Thug, who stands out on this one for you?
Standing out for me in this one is from your top seed, Malalia. She's been phenomenal and clutch the entire season. You don't see a lot of deficiency in her gameplay. She plays a really good team game. Overall, I know it's main support, but what support doesn't she play, really? So, yeah, Malalia for me is the far and away favorite here.
Lots of good supports there. We'll see how that one pans out for sure.
Based on Hugs alone, though, it's sneaky. Hugs alone, it's sneaky.
You maybe start my video early, and then you cut me off.
I'm sorry, I like Hugs.
We'll go into the best flex support, and we have Wet Nuddle from Modify. From Flashbacks is Jonovan. From the Fighting Potatoes, The Core. From Paradise is Yapper. From Karma, we have Trolls. And last, but certainly not least, is Some Shitter from DDoS. Thuggington.
Hey, it's me.
I'm going with Jonovan here. No offense to Thug. Jonovan is really, really good. Probably one of the best supports in the tier. I mean, you can make an argument for probably 4 or 5, maybe even all 6 of them, honestly. If it was just Ana play, Thug would be up there.
It's not, though.
It's not, though. So, and even Thug knows. No, but honestly, Jonovan, I think, is the best choice here. So, now we go to our next category, which is the most improved player. This is across all roles in the Harmony tier. We have MTT from Modify, Nova from the Flashbacks, Alayla from Boop, Alex from the Comets, Shepvik from the Fighting Potatoes, and last but not least is Takanam from Karma. All right, NPC, who stands out there? There's a lot of players on that list.
That's a lot. That's a really good list. That's a lot of good. I mean, I'm just saying, it's a lot of really improved players. I kind of wanted to see my nominee X Rush up there. He went from support to hitscan DPS. It's a big leap. Alayla did a really good job. She went from kind of DPS to an off tank role, and she's taken on leadership, and she's grown a lot as a player. But I feel like I'm going to go back to my original pick, Atakanam, again. Just the amount of improvement I've seen out of that guy this season alone, it's huge. It's huge. Just starting out as not being so great the first couple of games. I know because I played him in the first couple of games. And now seeing him play, I wouldn't want to play him again.
Yeah, it's obvious the coaching's been paying off for him, to say the least. What do you say, Thug?
Well, I think it's personal improvement because Takanam got bodied by Mix Ready on Rhine.
Let's not throw around.
How does that even happen?
Mix Ready hasn't bodied anybody on Rhine,
He
okay?
He did, and then Takanam's
I played in that
got
match.
Bodied by Mix Ready. No! No!
I played in that match. Let's
rock bottom happens for everybody. It happened in that match.
No, it's true. I mean, I think Takanam brought up a really good point. Like, hey, why? I've only been around for one season. Why am I the most improved? And I think when we're talking most improved, there's a lot of different criteria. You could go season over season, or in some players' cases, it's just from beginning to end of season. I think it's
over the course of this season.
Yeah,
that's how I qualify.
Right. I think everybody kind of qualifies it in their own ways. I don't think there's an inappropriate way. I think just acknowledging somebody's improvement is really big. And I think Takanam definitely is probably
being nominated shows.
Yeah, right. And honestly, he has gone from kind of an unknown name on a team that really struggled to now being one of the most feared tanks in the Harmony tier. It tells you all you need to know. So let's go.
For real.
Yeah.
I didn't get my hair.
Are we okay? I can't really tell because my cell phone is taped to my computer monitor, so I could have a webcam because my webcam.
Monty here, dude. I could cosplay as Monty. No lie.
All right. That looks great, or
Thank
something. And last but not least, but finally, an acknowledgement of the best coaches in the tier. Starting off with the Mallard from the Holy Jalapenos, from Flashbacks, some guy, Capital, I guess. From Boop is Telm J Can. From the Fighting Potatoes, C-Man. From Paradise is Prox. And last but not least, from Karma is Real. Thug, who stands out here?
C-Man, 100%. You take basically the same core from Fighting Potatoes, and you slap on a dedicated coach. Not one likes to play the coach when he feels like it. No, he did a really nice job of speaking to a bunch of boomers and getting them to play as a team, because for those that have been here, this is a different Fighting Potatoes team than we've seen. It's the same Fighting Potatoes team, but it's a different Fighting Potatoes team.
So you said before they had the same core.
He knows what I meant. He owes me another beer now.
Okay.
This is the best. Yeah.
C-Man's great, but I'm gonna play my non-biased card, and I'm gonna also give a huge shout out to what Telm has done with Boop. I think Telm has been a big part of Boop's success as well. So there's a lot of good coaches, and I mean, honestly, kind of kudos to what the community's become. We've seen, a lot of players that we looked at as initially as kind of like a developmental place for a lot of players, and now coaches are coming in and really working with players on both an individual level and on a team macro level, and it's noticeable. The quality of play has been outstanding, so it's helping a lot of these players really progress. So kudos to the coaches out there. You guys are part of what makes this community so great, no question. All right, so that is the end of the Harmony tier nominations. Again, polls will be out soon, should be up tomorrow. That is also the end of giveaway entries for this week. Future giveaway entries will now be going towards next week. As a note for you all, the 400 Owl Token giveaway will carry on for another week. So if you are still wanting to get those 400 Owl Tokens, be sure to have this stream open in the next 4 days. Lots of opportunities to gain those channel points.
So wait a minute. We're giving away 400 Owl Tokens today.
Yeah.
And again next week?
Yeah. Yeah. Ski for Yeti got his tax return back. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're feeling generous.
Feeling generous. No. Right. But yeah, so Owl Tokens will be on the table. So now Nova right there. That's that. Unless NPC hasn't pulled this. Have you pulled them yet?
I did pull them.
You did
so
pull
Novas
them.
are
So
next
Novas
week.
are for next week. So that
Yes.
just to kind of make sure that everybody knows that's where it'll be for next week. So again, the T-shirt, jersey, whatever, and on top of that, the Owl Tokens next week. So be sure to tune in. All right. Let's go ahead now to the Discord. Or sorry, we got a few questions to quickly kind of summarize out the Harmony tier before we continue on here. So we're going to start around the table. NPC, is there any one award, or is there any one person for any one particular award that you just think they're a lock? They can't possibly lose this thing. Who do you think stands there, NPC?
Death Knot. Hands down. Made fantastic player. Fantastic guy. Just I look at all of them, and they're all so good. I mean, it's very, 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 there's a lot of competition, a lot of tiers, but projectile DPS is something it's difficult to quantify.
Right.
Hit scan, obviously, you show up in the kill feed a lot. There's lots of little red arrows, little red markers, but projectile is a little different. And I feel like Death Knot stands out, gets his name, in that kill feed and gets that glory, even when there's a hit scan DPS on the team. So
Sure.
All right, I gotta make sure to update my Windows Defender. Apparently, Thug. Anybody for you who stands out?
Takanam. Hands down, will in a 6 other people or 5 other people there. Takanam stands shoulders above the rest. I think that's a lock, hard lock.
I'm going with upsetting in the hit scan category. Gonna change it up here. I think upsetting's hit scan is well regarded, well known. Widowmaker is not banned this week, Boop. So I know y'all.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know y'all might be watching for a little upsetting Widowmaker this week. But
They're scrimming
that-
right now.
yeah.
They're going to watch this later.
there. Oh, and
That-
then they'll
that
know.
sounds
I'll have
upsetting.
revealed.
They are on the grind right now.
I revealed the strats. All right. Let's go ahead then now and do the next question here. Actually, before we move on, is there a player who nobody is talking about that should be at least a candidate for an award here? One of these nominees who's maybe kind of sneaking by under the radar, who you think should deserve a little bit more credit. Go ahead, NPC.
I said it before. X Rush 2. Obviously he's not going to be head and shoulders above somebody like Upsetting or Trippy Cow on the hit scan. But as far as the most improved category, when you're not talking about this season alone, when you're talking about since season 1, he was kind of a Lucio, support person for the first 2 seasons. Then he took a season off, played other games, played whatever he felt like playing, and he comes back and now he's like, hit scan. He played, support. He played a little bit of everything. But the trouble with Get Off My Land was we didn't really play one role in particular. So when you're looking at best off tank, you're thinking, oh, who did I see pop off on Diva the most? And Get Off My Land didn't have that. So the nominees, we didn't, people didn't see our potential on any one particular role. So I'd like to see, him nominated up there. But
So you're saying it's your own fault?
It's my own fault. Well, I did nominate him, but I didn't vote for him. I did vote for him, but he didn't get voted for by the committee, so he didn't actually make the final nomination.
That's true.
So like I said, I think that's somebody I see, but everybody else up there deserves to be up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I can't really see anybody that's missing.
All right. Who? Go ahead, Thug. Then, what about? Is there any player nobody's talking about that should be on the table here for an award?
Solitary Bird.
Mm-hmm.
As an off tank player, I think he's somebody that overall across all seasons has been a very consistent player. He's somebody that shows up. He does what you ask him to do, and that takes a lot in Platinum Overwatch to do what people ask you to do. It's something very strange. Doesn't happen very often.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, right. I'm going to go pop out, bro. What do you mean? Just nano me, bro.
I'm going to 1v6.
Just nano me, bro. No, he's somebody that plays the team game, and I think people don't talk about the Solitary Bird enough.
My choice here for a player who should be up for an award but wasn't, I'm going to say Rubik's. Kind of again going with that off tank. Rubik's, I think, kind of unfortunately was in a rough situation this season. He's not trying to say mean things. But the person I really think was robbed is actually Caden. And I think it's hard though because there's so many great main tanks in the Harmony tier. I mean, You have NPC obviously. You have Caden. You have Ruby, who's not on here either. You have Kinney from Boop. All 4 of them are awesome main tanks. And then you have Paradox Rogue from Paradise. We don't know a whole heap about them. And then there's Mixed Ready, who honestly brings balance because he brings everybody else down to his level. So, so that works out really well. So, but yeah, there's so many amazing main tanks that seeing some of these ones who aren't nominated, including the 2-time All-Star NPC,
Back-to-back!
2-time back-to-back. It just has a ring to it. The nomination doesn't bother me so much, missing the nomination, because 3-time back-to-back-to-back. It's much more of a mouthful. It's harder to say. And really, the meme just gets funnier and funnier the further away from this I get. I'll be like, oh, you remember 8 seasons ago when I was the 2-time back-to-back? That's going to be the best right there.
Let's move on now to the Discord tier, guys. Let's go first and foremost to... You okay?
It's like wearing your Letterman jacket to like from high school now.
Yeah, that's what Dr. Disrespect. His 2-time back-to-back was like 94, 95.
I went to state I lettered in football, whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
First and foremost, your Discord tier best main tank. From Caliber, we have Normac. From Airstrike, the one, the only, the employee of the month, Cryptic Force. From Tough Luck, we have Rigmadon. From Eclipse, Soldier Boy.
Tell him.
From Tailwind, we have Swaley. From the Habanero is Boring. From Beer Pressure is Terractin, Tough Actin Terractin, I should say. And then from Illusion, you have Player. Lots of great main tanks there. Who stands out to you, NPC?
Oh man, it's got to be Cryptic Force. He stands out because I don't know why he's on there.
Right?
Who voted for that guy even? No, it's actually Swaley. Swaley is probably, I feel like, the better main tank. Cryptic Force has a fantastic team behind him that may keep him alive. But I desperately want to see the Airstrike Tailwind rematch. So I want to see that. But for me, it's Swaley from Tailwind.
All right, off tank time. From Caliber, you have Bray. From Airstrike, you have Cactus. From Eclipse is Zetsubo. From Tailwind is Aurora. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Shadowfang. From Prodigious is Ogre Drive. From Instalock, you have Muscles. And from Beer Pressure, you have Impulse. Lots of great off tanks there, guys.
God, these are so stupid.
Who stands out to you here?
Couple standouts for me. Impulse is somebody that I've played with a couple seasons. He's a phenomenal player. He's somebody that plays a team game. But for me, I would say the best off tank right now, and looking at it, would be Cactus. Not only a phenomenal player, but finds a way to make Cryptic Force look good. Which, I mean, there's a reason he's on there, and it's Cactus.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Cactus on here.
All right, moving on then to Projectile. We have from Caliber, J Vice. From Airstrike is Panda Games.
With a Z.
With a Z. Gotta be a Z. From Tough Luck is Splinter. From Tailwind is Poggers.
Also with a Z. Z for Zoomers.
Lots of Z. Zoomers, man. From Prodigious, Man Bro Dude. From Beer Pressure is O. And from Illusion, you have Wah. And last but not least, from the One Tricks is Puffball. Lots of good projectile DPS on there. I think if I'm looking at the list, I gotta go probably with Poggers. Just honestly, everybody. There's a lot of really good ones on this list. Jay Vice, I think there's an argument for him as well. But for me, I think it's probably Poggers, I'm going to say. I do think Puffball is kind of the big underdog here. Deserves a lot of credit for what they did on a struggling One Tricks team. But I'm going to go with Poggers. I think that's the right choice here in the projectile category. All right. Next, we go to Hit Scan DPS. Starting off with Airstrike, you have Void Kit. From Tough Luck is Aura. From Eclipse, you have Shawnee Red. From Tailwind is Soli. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Frosty. From the Hanamura Hellhounds, you have Klaus. From Instalock is Cognitive Pit, the Cognitive.
The Cognitive.
From Beer Pressure is Retro Life. Who stands out here, NPC?
God, this one's so hard.
There's a lot of good ones.
I mean, God, there's so many. We got.
I think you could legitimately justify 5 of these nominees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like I'm sitting here trying to pick.
This is the hardest one.
Okay, I mean, Cognitive Pit, really good, very familiar name. Retro Life was an amazing pickup for Beer Pressure. Just really turned their game around. Soli, of course, fantastic player. I think I gotta pick Soli. I saw a lot of what Soli could do in the Widowmaker 1v1, and that's going to be my pick right there. When I'm talking hit scan, I'm thinking Widowmaker.
Yeah, and Soli, as a reminder, not only the Discord tier Widow 1v1 champ, they were also the overall champion in the show match. So definitely a lot to say about Soli's hit scan skills. But I mean, find a hit scan that you couldn't justify winning on that list. You can't.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. It's the best list of any of the tiers, bar none. There's not a single weak link there. So a really strong list of candidates. Let's go now off of the DPS back to the support. Starting off with your main supports. We'll go from Caliber El Baba Yaga. From Air, which is a great name. From Airstrike is Placebo. From Tough Luck, you have Flufflepuffs. From Eclipse, you have 9 Volt. From Tailwind is Truth. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Fetal. From Overtime is Fooligan. And from It's Luck is Bad Heels. Lots of great players again on this list.
Right?
A really, really good list for main supports. Thug, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, these are so stupid because it makes my life hard.
Well,
that's the point, right? It's
flashbangs.
Again, a lot of shit. That would be better. Can we swap this out for flashbangs? A lot of really solid names. It's good to see Truth on there. Truth has been a really good player on there. 9 Volt coming in towards the end of the season, kind of as his emergence from his Minnesota hibernation, coming out and playing again. But I have to go Fetal. I do. The man's is a great player. It's fun to see players kind of evolve in the within Tranquility, so that's why I have to give it to the Fetal. However, if I had 1A, 1B, Flufflepuffs is right there too.
You're just saying that because Capital whined in chat.
No. Capital whines in chat all the time. I don't even have chat up.
That's true. That's fair.
Flufflepuffs is phenomenal, regardless of what Capital says.
Now, are we down to 1 9 Volt now? For a while there, we had 2 9 Volts.
Oh, we did. You're right.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I think we're down to
we're
1.
down
now.
to 1 9 Volt now.
Oh shit!
Okay, we only
It's
have
the original
1
9 Volt, right?
Yeah,
the original 9 Volt.
Okay, all right, yeah, good.
Yeah, we only have the 1 now, so we're good there. All right, let's get out of the main support category. Then let's head over to our flex supports. Starting off top, from Caliber, you got Manaka. From Airstrike, you have Sheepy. From Eclipse is Sushi. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Trash Rodent. From Prodigious is Nox. From Overtime is Unavailable. From Beer Pressure is Evates. And last but not least, from Alt F4 is Demol. Now, this one was interesting too, because again, a lot of really good, talented players on here. You have Sushi, who was voted one of the best supports in Harmonite tier last season. For me, I'm going with Trash Rodent. I think there's a lot of good ones up here, but I think Trash Rodent kind of stands out, stands alone here. Has played in the Transcendence tier this season as well, but kind of came in, played really well in support for the Habaneros, and honestly, they need him right now because the team's been struggling. But I think he's kind of a shining star on that team. Tons of potential. Really, really good player. I go with Trash Rodent to take this one here. Let's move on next to the most improved player in the Discord tier. From Caliber, Norimac. From Tough Luck, Capital. From Tailwind is Poggers. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Boring. From Prodigious, Ogre Drive. From Overtime is Unavailable. From Beer Pressure is Terractin. And last but not least, from One Tricks is Blue. What do you guys think on this one? Let's start NPC. Who do you got?
So looking at this list, it's another tough one. There's at least 3, maybe even 4 right there at the top. Capital's obviously not one of them. Normac, fantastic, lots of improvement this season. Ogre Drive, Poggers for sure. Boring, coming off of the Holy Jalapenos last season. Definitely a fantastic player, especially in that finals game. If you want to go back and watch that on our YouTube channel. But I gotta give it to Terractin. I played, he was on my team in Undead Battery in Harmony tier last season. coming in here has as a hearing disability, partially deaf. Just really just the amount of improvement I've seen him make on that team in beer pressure. It's been tremendous.
All right. Let's go now to the last category here, and that is the best coach in the Discord tier. Start with Zuby from Caliber. We have Ochre from Airstrike. From Tough Luck, some guy who's complaining in chat. From Eclipse, we have My Big Marf. From Tailwind is Truth. From the Heckin' Habaneros is Johnny Robot. From Prodigious is Unkempt. And from the Hanamura Hellhounds is Nibor. All right, Thug, who stands out here?
The guy complaining in chat. Not gonna lie. No, Smugs. For me, Smugs is he's a big brain. The man has a very large brain. He's able to turn Tough Luck, a team full of egos.
Full of egos.
Like, I would say literally overflowing. It's
overflowing with egos.
Overflowing. Yeah, I'd say Smugs in this one. Our season 2 MVP.
All
Plus
right.
he's cute.
All right, breaking down these categories, is there any single person who you think is an absolute lock in their category? What do you think, NPC?
Oh no, I can't. I really can't. This is really tough.
Coward.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm plat, right? And I'm looking up at that Discord tier, going, "Oh my god, those guys are so good." I mean, if I was like Grandmaster or something, I'd look down and be like, "Oh, that dude." But honestly, it's so hard for me to identify one person. If I had to, I'd probably say Smugs here as well. All the Bryans, we got to stick together, especially the Y ones, the I ones. They can take a hike. But no, he's just a fantastic player. I saw him play all the roles. He knows what he's doing, especially in that Transcendence tier, and he wants to coach every level. Like he would coach a Discord tier team, and he would coach and manage a Harmony tier team, and he would coach a silver ranked team if we had one, because he loves the game. He cares about it. He cares about the people here. I see him winning.
Yeah, I see that's I'm 100% with you, because I don't think he loves the game as much. He just loves everyone here. Like, I think his love for Tranquility is more than his love for Overwatch. He just knows a hell of a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think he has a big name. People know him. He's very active. Like you said, he will give coaching to literally anyone that asks for it, and usually people that don't too. You need some tips. Like, you were really bad there, Thug. Don't do that again, sir. But no, yeah, I think Smugs wins that. That's the only one. That's the only one that's close for me.
I think you guys are greatly overlooking somebody like Zuby in that category. I'm just saying. I think Zuby has done a lot of great work with Caliber. Obviously, throw Andy into the mix
too. He has, but how many teams does he coach, though?
He's only coached Caliber this season.
Well, he took the number one team from last year Discord tier. And
you're saying Smugs has coached like 15 teams. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna go a little different here. I think I'm gonna say Poggers in the projectile DPS. I think he could run away with it. I really do. There's some other good DPS in there, but I think Poggers has the recognition. He's got a great name, great brand, and I think the Tailwind hype is so high that I think Poggers could just ride that one to an easy win.
Good point.
So, all right, we will see here where that one goes. Then let's get the final question for the tier. Is there a player that none of us talked about who didn't get nominated to who should be up for one of these awards but wasn't? So, what do you think, NPC?
That's gonna be a tough one. I got a shout out to my boys at Maelstrom. I mean, they didn't get nominated at all. They were the only team in Discord tier. Bork didn't get nominated in Harmony tier, and Maelstrom didn't get nominated at all in Harmony tier. And I feel bad because I mean, they had a lot of improvement. They had a lot of great moments. Sure, they didn't win a lot of games, but that's kind of to be expected. They were a Harmony tier team that moved up into Discord tier the way our tournament is designed. We're designed to help players improve in a team environment, and they're a success story. They didn't win, but they're a success story in my book, and I feel like any one of those guys is a fantastic player. Maybe that's just because I'm Platt looking up at those diamonds, going, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so good." But I see Crispy, Mountainfall, Reach, Iconic, Triage. I see all those guys, and I feel like maybe they should have been on here. I don't know where I'd put them above any of these others because there's like, you know, 5, 7 good players on every single list.
Right.
But,
All right. What do you think here?
I have to go with somebody that's probably fairly new to the community. Sassafras? Is that Sassafras from Eclipse? He is their projectile DPS player. He splashed hard in his show match or his featured match, but I think he's too new. No one knows who the hell he is. One's voting on this happen. When are we voting on this one, by the way, Ski?
All of this will be voted on soon. I'll have the polls up for him by tomorrow.
So, I think once playoffs are over, people are going to look back at that and say that's somebody that's like, shoot, I didn't know anything about him or them. And I wish I did because they absolutely popped. And tough luck. Hybrid's my other one.
Mm-hmm.
He's somebody that is a phenomenal flex support player that I don't think gets enough credit. He's kind of a meme in general. We share a child together. That's neither here nor there. But it's somebody I think as a player doesn't get talked about enough in general.
I mean, I see the cries in chat from a very specific team who now will not be named, saying, "Oh, we didn't get any representation either." But with all due respect, you played in 3 matches. You didn't do very good in those 3 matches. You showed up late to a feature match. Yeah, you won your one playoff match. I mean, I'm very happy for you guys so far, but I mean, unfortunately, the best 2 players on your team, in my opinion, didn't get nominated. Because they joined your team after the nominations were put out. So it's kind of an unfortunate situation, but I mean, I hate to say it for y'all, but good luck next week. Anyways, let's move on then to the Transcendence tier. Let's get into that right away. Trans tier, first and foremost, let's go with the main tanks. We have Dunzo. We have Insight? I don't know how to pronounce that. We have Kazuro from Second Chance. We have Andy Slam from Uncommitted. We have Besp from the Exiles. Yeeter from the Pogfish. Trigozin from Rebellion. And Maestro from Venomous. Now, NPC, who stands out from the Transcendence tier main tanks?
I mean, do I have to say it? It's Dunzo. It's gotta be. I mean, Dunzo been around Tranquility the entire time. Familiar face, familiar name, familiar meme. Everybody knows what it means to pull a Dunzo.
Yep.
All right?
Been there. Happens to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, right, guys?
Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chinese food does
Taco
it,
Bell. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. All right, so I mean, this one. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns on Psych. What, 1 game, 2 maybe? I don't even know. There's a lot of unknowns on this list. A lot of turnover, maybe in that tier in general. But there's a lot of new names that I'm just not very familiar with, and that's why I'm giving it to Dunzo.
What do you think, Thug? Oh, I'm sorry. No, we no. We don't need your main tank.
No.
We'll get to the off tanks here, and then you can weigh in. All right. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. I know you wanted to say Dunzo, so
I did. I love him so much.
All right, off tanks now from Havoc. We have Omega Ruby. From the Houston In-Laws is Fractured. From Second Chance, my big Marf. From the Exiles is Cheddar. From Pogfish is Laskin. From Poisonous, I Monkey. And from Venomous is Fine.
Fine.
Oh, and last but not least, from Lynx Esports is Joe45. All right.
Fine.
Fine.
All right. What do you think, Thug?
I Monkey with a bullet. This dude is freaking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Watching his play, and again, this could be the I'm a gold tank player, and watching iMonkey play sometimes feels surreal. It feels like he's got the hacks. 0.25 that shit. iMonkey I think he also morphed it this season too. Didn't he jump around a little bit? I feel like he did. He was on In-Laws for a hot
He
minute.
did. He was on In-Laws for a hot minute and then went back to Poison. But I mean,
would say, iMonkey's nuts.
Honestly, it's the Transcendence tier. Who didn't team hop?
Yeah, it's true.
Let's be real here.
Dunzo.
Yeah, true. Speaking of which, I know a lot of people have asked about Transcendence tier next season. Transcendence tier is going to be a lot different next season. We'll cover that later. What you saw this season won't be happening again.
It's a mirage.
It's all a mirage. Because that was a joke. Projectile DPS. We'll start with Havoc. We have Velzen. From Second Chance is Smugs. From Uncommitted, Peters 6G. I know he loves when I say that name. From Rebellion.
Wow.
From Rebellion, you have Nigel. From Orbit, you got Robe. From Volume 51, you have to cut the mustard. And Corvidity, you have Sorcery Pepe. And last but not least, from Lynx Esports is Ryan. All right. I have to give a big shout out to my boy Peters 6G.
Peters 6G.
Peters
what a great
6G
name.
is a fantastic name. But I do have to say in the end, I gotta go with my boy Smugs. Again, season 2 MVP. Excellent coach. And yeah, I guess Horus isn't just a Widow one trick anymore, nor was he ever, but yeah, I would say I'm gonna go with Smugs. I think just kind of edging this one out here.
Was this the same Peters 6G from season 2?
Yeah, the same Peters 6G from season 2.
Wow. I thought he went by something else, but no. Yeah, Peters 6G sounds very familiar.
That's the name he goes
It really
by.
rolls off the tongue too.
Really
Peters 6G.
It really does. So
good. Really marketable name.
Very marketable name. Let's go now to the hit scans. From Havoc, you got Voltage. From the Houston In-Laws is Cursed. From Second Chance, you have Rocket. From Uncommitted, you have Shiro. From the Exiles, you have Akiba. From Pogfish, you can't see Ghost. From Volume 51 is Ezekiel. And from Corvidity is Khan 204. All right. Hit scans. I know you're a Widowmaker expert here, NPC. So who stands out to you?
Heard that.
Yeah, obviously. Hit scan, yeah. Widowmaker, Soldier, and McCree. Those are definitely my wheelhouse. This list is also pretty stacked. The hit scan and Discord tier is tough. The hit scan here, and it's not as tough, but it's still tough. Rocket, pretty good. Voltage, also very, very good. Shiro, but I gotta give it to You Can't See Ghost. Some of the angles, I mean, I've seen those feature matches. The angles he takes, just you can't see Ghost. He's always on the off angle. You're not even looking.
You just wanted
your head
to make
taken
that
off.
joke. You just wanted to make that joke.
I did want to make that joke.
That's fair. Honestly, it's fair. Main supports now in the Transcendence tier. Starting off again with Havoc, you have Physics. Then from Uncommitted is Koro. Then from the Exiles is Dr. Heathen. From Pogfish is Randy. From Poisonous is Mickey. From Orbit is Sertle. From Volume 51 is the man, the myth, the legend, the Pinhead. And from Lynx Esports is Big Boop. Thug, who stands out in this group of main supports?
I love me some Pinhead. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. gameplay's got a little swagger to it. You don't. I mean, you see it a lot with main supports in this elo. They all have swagger. Or you're not going to be a main support in this elo. I respect that. I do want to say my close second is Randy. Mainly
What team does Randy play
because
on?
Pogfish.
Thank you.
End scene.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Flex supports now. Starting off again from Havoc, you have Nerdables. He's a well-known guy, very cute. From Second
Very
Chance is Sumiero. From Uncommitted Season 3 MVP Ice. From the Exiles is Analog. From Pogfish is Aqua. From the Rebellion, Balaki. From Orbit, Calamity Chris. And from Venomous, you have Absent. Flex support for me, I think if Nerdables doesn't win, it's a small crime. That said, Sumi and Ice could give it Nerdables a run for his money, but Nerdables wins just on the Nerdables factor alone. The kid is insane. Yeah. No question about it. Nerdables should have this one with a bullet. Yeah. All right. Let's go to most improved, a challenging category in the Transcendence tier, but it's always always interesting to point out here. And for some reason, it started right off with Shift from Poisonous, and I think that video might be broken here.
F's in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just...
F, boys, hit some Fs. Can we get some Fs?
Oh, there we go. From Second Chance, you have Rocket. From Pogfish, you have Yeeter. From Poisonous, hey, it's Shift.
Hey,
who didn't see that coming? From Rebellion is Explode 1000. From Orbit, Shinobu. From Venomous, Manio. From Corvidity, Sorcery Pepe. And from Lynx Esports, Ryan. NPC, who's the most improved player?
Most improved. That's tough. Once again, I'm torn between, am I talking about this season, last season? Am I talking about just this season alone or overall time? For me, I don't know. The top two here, just from name recognition alone, is going to be Rocket and Sorcery Pepe. Those guys were great last season, but they're even better now. I see Rocket doing a lot of work. I gotta say Rocket's on top with Sorcery Pepe, close second. Geeter also very good, but I think not quite as good as say Rocket and Pepe. But season happens. It's team game, so anything can happen.
Last but not least, the best coaches in the Transcendence tier from the Houston Laws, Quinto. From Second Chance, you have Ons. From the Exiles, Kaboom. From Poisonous, Secret. From Volume 51, Magnifique. From Venomous, you have Monolith. And last but not least, from Lynx Esports, Andro50. Thug, best coach, who stands out for you?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. My brain is too small. Because I look at these teams, I'm like, they're all really good. I mean, except a couple of them. They're all really good. But I'd probably say, just looking at the what the team's gone through in the season, and to keep players still pushing forward and dealing with that kind of stuff, I'm gonna say Ons. Yeah.
A little bit of name recognition going on there.
I just saw your background. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not doing all the flying. It's actually R2 back here. R2 is doing all the work. I'm done.
Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my goodness.
My child.
Oh god. I honestly, this is why NPC's here. Everyone.
Red leader to red one.
It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
It's just incredible. No question about it. All right.
Does that make tomorrow Revenge of the 5th?
All right.
does.
Any locks here for you, NPC?
A lock. Let me look here. In any one category, if there's one person that stands out, it's got to be Dunzo. I said at the beginning, just everybody else is either not nearly as good or just such a new face that people are going to be like, I don't even know these people.
Sleeping on Khosrow a little bit there.
A little bit, but I'm just saying.
All right.
I got to go with Dunzo.
Doug, what do you think?
Rocket.
In most improved or for hit scan?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You think he could win both?
Yes. The kid's freaking nuts. Talking to some people and saying he's the best hit scan player they've ever played with, or best DPS player they've ever played with. It's nuts, dude. The kid's cracked. That's it for me. Is I look at him, he stands above all of those people.
The lock, in my opinion, I mean, I going a little bit away from it here, but I'm gonna say Koro from Uncommitted for best main support. I think if you're looking for people that he has a little bit of name recognition from playing last season, combine that with the fact that he's a really freaking good player on a really fairly good team. I think Ice. I think Koro is the one to walk away with it here. So,
Rip Ice.
Yeah, not Ice.
Ice
not
me?
Ice.
Oh.
Ice was MVP once, not MVP anymore. Somebody brought up a great point. Like physics is 4.5k peak. Yeah, but look how good peak SR worked out for Houston In-Laws. They've had 37 roster transactions. I mean, their peak SR was really good for a while there. All right. Anyway, yeah, true. All right. Is there any players anywhere? I mean, it's tough in the Transcendence tier because honestly, the turnover was insane. But anybody who stands out maybe wasn't nominated that probably should have been NPC.
Oh, I've got one.
Oh,
Nerdables for coach.
he didn't pick
mean,
himself.
I know he didn't nominate himself because he's just that kind of a guy.
That's true. Big facts there.
Should have been on there, and because he's not, it's a crying shame because Nerdables off support is fantastic, but Nerdables coaching, it's above Smugs. I talked a whole lot about Smugs level coaching. Nerdables is like top tier.
No doubt.
I miss his coaching streams. Those are fun.
Yeah, good.
That was fantastic. He would just take your VOD review.
Coaching streams.
It's just amazing.
All right, what do you think, Thug?
I want to say the only person that wasn't nominated from Second Chance, Specs. I'm just kidding.
Got him.
He's so shit.
Specs being up for an award. Am I right?
He's so bad. What a shithead.
Oh my god.
What a shithead.
What a shithead.
No, but this person was nominated, and I think I just don't think people are talking about it enough, and that's Ice. He was nominated. Yes, he's going against Nerdables, but I think what people don't talk about enough is Ice got spawn camped by a gold level Moira in admin pugs. By a gold Moira spawn camped while that person was absolutely blackout drunk. Ice.
He did redeem himself this season.
And I know, but he had the entire team. He couldn't even 1v1 me like a man. I'm disappointed in you. Disappointed. Gold Moira. Huh.
Hey, that gold
that
Moira
spawn
is
camping
up,
incident is Thuggington's 2-time back-to-back.
Seriously, that gold Moira is up for best flex support in the Harmony tier.
That is true. I mean, we're both up for best flex support, so maybe it's time to bear the hatchet.
Yep. So who's the better flex support, Ice or Thuggington?
Well, let's chat decide.
Yeah,
let's let chat decide. Quick poll in chat: Ice or Thuggington?
I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll.
Actually, make a live poll. Live poll coming. Live poll coming. All right,
you ready, guys?
All right, here we go. I have a feeling I know who's gonna win that, but we'll move on. All right, really quick then. Here we're running a lot longer than I expected to. So,
Shorter podcast.
Yeah, shorter podcast, my ass.
Yikes.
Okay, let's just do it really quick. We got a lot of matchups this week. Is there any one team who you think is most likely to pull off an upset? NPC.
By looking at seedings alone, a team that would be likely to pull off an upset based on the seeding. Paradise.
Oh, that's more.
I played against
that's
them.
more than a seeding upset, I think.
I mean, they play what, jalapenos?
Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't look any given week. Okay.
Yeah. No,
you never know. Jalapenos. They might be off playing Valorant or something. Okay. I don't know.
Oh, back buddy.
Bethcon's off saving the world from the coronavirus. So I mean,
that's true. That's true. I mean, you never know. You never know.
True. Thug, what about you? And who's pulling off an upset this week?
Based on seeding alone, I want to say Beer Pressure. It's a team that's got some steam right now. They got some confidence. I think that is probably the team. Yeah, I would say them or close second Karma over Modify.
Dang, you stole my pick. I was gonna go with Karma over Modify. I think we're seeing Karma's best Overwatch right now. Yep. And I'm watching Karma, I'm looking in their Discord constantly. And what am I seeing almost constantly is their players in VOD reviews. They're doing so many VOD reviews right now. It's insane. We've seen all the players just suddenly just pick up their game in a big way. Getting Truth on that team is such an amazing pickup. I don't think people have talked about that one enough. Getting Truth in there, put them with Saradog, put them with Seraph on that team. My God, that is a great DPS lineup with Trolls on that team too. Trolls is an amazing support. It's just, that team is scary. That team honestly could give Modify a serious run for their money. With Reinhardt out of the equation, Takenow's putting a lot of time in on other main tanks right now. I don't know how much time Instante has been putting in myself, so there's a lot of factors at play with Reinhardt out of the equation. So I look at Karma as potentially pulling off a huge upset this week. All right. Quick announcements here, guys. Reminders, team GMs, you have to get your all-star nominations in by the 6th. That is just 2 days away. Get them in. Otherwise, Thug will be in your...
To your tier directors. Yeah. Don't send them to Ski.
Yeah, don't send them to me unless I'm your tier director. What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, and the all-star is only 3 people. One tank, one support, one DPS.
One DPS.
That's it.
Not hard. Send in your things.
Send your things in.
And send them to your tier director. Not to me. Believe it or not, I'm not in charge of anything except for my tier and this podcast.
Look at this poll.
How is the poll looking here right now?
This kid.
Oh man, I didn't see the results. How did it go? It went. it went for ice. It went for ice.
It was Thug 13-4.
And next week we will have the all-star nominees on the podcast. We'll announce that for voting and everything like that. Explain how that's going to work. Voting will be starting up very soon, so pay attention for that, guys. And then again, reminder: giveaways next week. 2 giveaways, 400 owl tokens, and the t-shirt. 2 separate giveaways. Let's do our predictions really quick here for our future matches. Go through them lickety split. Starting off on Tuesday, we bring you a great match. Boop and the Jetpack Cats. Who do you got, NPC?
I got Boop here. I feel like Boop, they've been scrimming hard. I told them to start scrimming 2 times back to back.
2 times
because I want them to have that endurance. Boop they're scrimming right now. As a matter of fact, they are not taking this line down. They're not sleeping. They're not playing Valorant. They're not doing whatever. They're bonding as a team. They've watched some movies together, that kind of thing. So I can see it. I can see Boop taking Jetpack Cats here.
All right, Thug, who do you think?
Boop 4-1.
Wow. All right.
Boop rolls this one.
I saw Marseille in chat. Double block and harmony tier? What are they, crazy? We just talked about it. It's endurance. 7 map sets are long, bro.
Yeah.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah. Unless you 4-0 them, then it's
a sprint. If it's 4-0,
but then you would have practiced and not needed it. Right. But it's better to have practiced and not needed it than to need it and not practice.
Sage advice from NPC. Uh, all right. Prediction for me, I go Boop, but I think it'll be close. I think Boop wins a long match. I think Jetpack Cats are on the road to redemption here after a tough loss to Flashbacks. I fully expect this one to go to the distance. I think it'll be a 7-map set, but I do think Boop squeaks it out in a 4-3. Let's go now to Wednesday's matchup. It's a Transcendence tier matchup between Corvidity and the Exiles. Who do you got in that one, NPC?
I got Exiles. They were really, really strong all season long. Corvidity kind of came in halfway through. They're a good team, but I mean, they're definitely better than me, but they're not better than the Exiles. I got it like 4-1.
What do you think? What do you think, Thug?
I have Exiles too, probably 4-2, 4-1. It's gonna be a quick one for them.
Yeah, I think Exiles, they had the last match of the season was against Havoc. They took a map off Havoc. Took a map off Havoc. They've got to be itching to play. And I mean, Open Division's not happening right now. I don't know what they've been doing. I'm sure there's just kind of they want to get ready to go. I'm sure Dr. Heathen's got the team ready. I think Exiles take it. I think it's a 4-0, honestly. I think Exiles are gonna come in really hot here. Corvity's playing good though, so you never know, but I don't see it. All right, Thursday's matchup, we bring you a Discord tier match. That one is going to be between two teams. That is right here on my... It's Hanamura Hellhounds versus Overtime. NBC, who do you got in this one?
I got Hellhounds. I mean, I said it last week. I say it again. Their time is over. It's the wick is burning down. Your respawns take forever. It's got to be the Hellhounds. It's going to be Hellhounds like 4-2.
All right, Thug, what do you think?
I also take Hellhounds here. I just don't believe in overtime. I think it's a shitty mechanic. The team as well. They're not very good either. I take Hellhounds. Probably, I'm gonna say 4-2, 4-3. It's probably gonna go a little longer. I mean, it could even go to 8 maps and go to overtime. We'll see.
God, stop it. Hellhounds 4-0. Overtime hasn't won a map since stage 1, and I don't see it happening again.
F word. That's a good one.
Yeah. 4-0. I think it's kind of a stomp. I think Hellhounds, they had kind of a rough go. I think expectations were really high on them for some reason. I don't know who put that on them.
Put that on.
But, I do think it's kind of I think they're ready to shine a little bit. Great stage 2 for them. They dominated stage 2. Really did. So, would expect to see them come out really hot here. Sorry, dry throat, dry cough, a little bit of fever. Anyways.
Whoa. I'm going to end this call right now.
Yeah, I don't want to get the Rona here, brother.
Jesus. That's a big bottle.
Is that lotion or?
It's hand sanitizer. Like 2 liters of hand sanitizer.
Thug. Bye. All right, last match. It's our special Friday feature between Instalock and Prodigious in the Discord tier. NPC, break this one down. Who takes it?
Oh, it's gonna be... I think my bracket actually had Prodigious, but I think I'm gonna say Instalock. I don't even know.
This is the best feature of the week. Just saying.
This maybe, but I don't know. I'm gonna go Instalock here. I'm gonna go Instalock. I think 4-2.
Thug, go ahead.
Your wife kills me, NPC. I'm picking Prodigious here. No, I'm not. Who am I kidding?
I got him.
Oh, I got you twice. Spect isn't here to shit on Prodigious, so I gotta do it for him.
Yeah.
The year of unbiased Thug, I'm gonna pick Instalock mainly because I like Loch Ness Monster and I'm Scottish, so.
It's funny you guys say these things about Prodigious, and as a reminder, Prodigious had a pretty darn good season. It's easy to overlook what they've done this season. But I'm going to go with Prodigious here. I think they find a way to pull it off. I have a lot of faith in Ogre Drive on that team. Man, Bro Dude has been playing really well this season. They have a lot of really good players. For me, it comes down to whether or not J-Star can compete on that front line with Sling Taffy and Muscles. But
That's a tough one, dude.
That is a tough one, honestly.
Shit.
But honestly, I'm trying to drag this on right now because this goddamn Cheez-Its bag won't open, and I want to make a crunch time joke, but I can't because the Cheez-Its bag won't open.
Is those taco again?
It is
taco.
cheese taco.
Oh,
I can't make the joke because
more.
the bag won't open.
Do I have to go get my white cheddar? I will go get the white cheddar.
No, Christina's gonna yell at you again.
That's right. That's right. I don't want my wife to yell at me for eating cheese.
No,
It's crunch time.
no. It's crunch time.
It is crunch time.
All right. This is why I should prep before the show, but
Yeah,
you
Bird understands.
prepping before the show.
Did you check your props?
You think
friend?
this show has prep?
You guys are crazy. All right.
Work.
I put all my time into the backgrounds, okay?
Exactly. I'm too busy trying to find a ceiling. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna get that. So anyway.
I am drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the giveaway. NPC, let's start off with the t-shirts.
Okay, we're gonna random number generator. Thank you. And the number is going to pick Solitary Bird.
Congratulations,
Hey!
Solitary Bird.
Everyone can be happy for
The
that one.
winner
Everyone
of the
loves
t-shirt
Solitary
giveaway.
Bird.
That's amazing. Okay, so and we're gonna do a second giveaway
This is for the
400 Overwatch League tokens.
that is
Ooh,
4
these
skins.
are hot money.
That is
That'll
like
give you
TP.
7 Dallas Fuel skins
Boo.
or another lesser quality skin.
7 Dallas Fuel skins.
Oh,
they're,
I'm sorry.
They're 100 apiece.
4 Dallas Fuel skins. I don't know what I'm thinking. 7. I don't know. 4 Dallas Fuel skins or lesser quality skins.
Ooh, a trophy husband.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna run random number generator. Thug. Okay. The number has been chosen and it is Friend Juke.
Congratulations to Juke,
Yay!
winner of 400 owl tokens. Producer
And
extraordinaire.
the best part is Juke is actually gonna buy Dallas Fuel skins.
Yeah, I know. It's the worst
Is it
possible
rigged?
scenario.
I don't know.
Wait.
Right.
Is he really a Dallas Fuel fan if he doesn't have them all already?
Ooh.
That's a good question. And technically, I don't even have them all already. I'm like sitting on 700. That's where I got 700 because I have 700 sitting on them. I haven't actually bought them yet, but yeah.
A Dallas Fuel fan. I see how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays.
I was Reinhardt one trick. Okay, so I have like every skin for Reinhardt
It's
and then
true.
Dallas Fuel here and there.
It's true. He's got a point. He's got a point. All right, guys, that's it for today on the Iris podcast. Again, next week we'll break down some of the All-Star nominees. We will talk about the playoffs that have happened so far, and of course, naturally, Thug will drink. But that is all for us today for NPC and Thug and Specs. We'll pour one out for him now. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Wait, just a
yeah.
moment. Just a moment.
Just a moment.
We have a couple more things.
Wait,
We have a
what's up?
special announcement.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there? No. We'll see. I'm not sure.
Give us a second.
Hold on.
Oh,
What's this?
What's this?
here?
a special guest.
Oh, we have a special guest here.
What the? I wasn't
I
aware
thought he
this was
died.
happening.
The
thought he
Ohio
died.
State University. Oh, it's just Temple.
Oh,
I can hear you now.
Oh, good. He's here.
he's alive.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's
Special
alive,
report.
guys.
I'm dying.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not. He's not dead, guys. He's not dead
He's not
yet.
dead yet.
I'm
Not
dying.
yet.
What do you have to say, Specs?
Allergies suck. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What do you have to
It's
say about?
just allergies. That's what they all
Also surrounded by a new background and great.
It looks great. I can't wait to get the light on those. It's gonna be gorgeous. I can't wait. I can't.
I can't wait till we can actually see them.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, Jeremy Roenick.
All right. So is this what he came back
Oh.
for? Does it talk about his backgrounds or?
Mhm.
Yeah. He's like, guys, I want to show off my background.
I just
Yeah.
missed him.
Nick is a dog with just allergies, and
So are we good
Not
then?
good.
Yeah, we're good. You can end it now. We just want everyone to see Specs' face. He's not dead. We lied.
I'm dying.
It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
All right. Specs,
The rumors of his death
congratulations,
are
by the
crazy,
way. You did not receive a single end of season award nomination. But otherwise, we will move on then. Actually, wait, hold on a second. I just realized we forgot 2 categories because I am a dumbass.
I actually typed it in the chat. Hey, are we going to talk about these
NPC,
for next week?
NPC, my
your phone
Discord
is
is full screen,
taped
and my phone is literally taped to my monitor as a webcam. So we'll just quickly go over those nominations real quick, and those will be in the end of season awards. Sorry about that. Non-staff community contributors. These are people who aren't on the moderation staff but are major parts of the community. Impers. We have Specs. Hey, he's nominated.
Hey,
we have
Specs.
Booth. We have Vila. We have Demel.
Hey, Demo.
And we have Aura.
Transaction tracker.
The transaction
very
tracker.
important.
We
Very
have
important.
Capital. For some reason. And last but not least, Kitty Baka. That is our non-staff community contributors. Those are just 8 of them. There's so many of you guys contributed a ton this season, but those 8 definitely did a lot. You know, Kitty Baka, she designed the emotes that you're seeing in Twitch here. Did a lot of awesome stuff. You know, obviously Aura, transactions tracker, Capital with his unofficial podcast. So many things happening right now with that stuff. Thank you all for all of your contributions. What
are transactions?
Yeah, I know, right?
Why would you track those?
They're a thing that happened in Transcendence tier a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, they
and
don't
then
apply to
a
me.
new category this season is Best Caster. We wanted to give a shout out. Oh, bye Specs.
Bye, Specs.
Anyway. Oh, did you get it from him?
Yeah, I know.
Just allergies. You got it.
It's just,
Oh my God.
it's just allergies, and it's also cheesy tacos.
Oh, it's fair.
Best Caster or Analyst. We have Door. We have Captain Jack. We have Booth. We got Juke. We have Bard for some reason. I don't know.
Yuck.
I don't know. Yuck. We have Vol Nalo. By the way, we'll get to him. Light Rose. And J-Star. We do need to I want to give a quick shout out to Vol Nalo. For those of you who don't know, he actually just got a legit coaching position with Hype Unit for Contenders.
Nice.
So congratulations to Vol on that one. That's
Damn
big. So I noticed that out on Twitter. I saw his tag updated and everything like that. It seems legit. If I'm wrong, I'm a boomer. But Vol,
you don't know how to use the Twitters?
Yeah, I don't understand these kids with their tweet longers and everything. But yeah, that's a huge thing. So congratulations to you, Vol. But yeah, great casters there. You know, the incredible people who put on the productions every week for us, from the producers to the wonderful casters. Obviously, we've seen Door now having, the doors have opened for him. He has been doing work with a lot in the T2 scene, on top of doing work with Valorant, doing work with Rocket League as well, Counter-Strike. The dude's been doing everything lately. Captain Jack has a huge resume with work in the Rose Cup. You know, he's done so much work. There's a lot of great casters here that put on such a wonderful production. So I can't believe I forgot about you guys when I was going through these nominees initially, but thank you all so much for what you do. That is actually going to be it, because this has been going on way too long for Thug and NPC. I'm Ski for Yeti. We'll see you guys next week.
One community, 3 tiers, 44 teams, and nearly 200 matches played. It's all led to this. Welcome to the playoffs, where the pretenders get eliminated, no second chances are given, and only the strong will survive. We'll see dominant performances, we'll see rivals clash, and we'll see shocking upsets. Players and teams of all skill levels have practiced for months to get here, giving it everything they have, but at the end of the day, only one will achieve: tranquility.